Okay, so with Rob Whelan, then the class manager for the 52 Super Series. Rob, we're back in coastal races. What's the impetus to go coastal racing?
Well, we've always done coastal races. We only tend to avoid them in areas where they're not scenic enough, and you're basically doing windward, leewards, or Olympic triangles only on a bigger scale. So this potentially is a very nice area to do a coastal race. Only for every race you need a little bit of wind, and that makes our job today very difficult.
So what are we looking for in terms of forecast, and what could we expect?
Ideally a northeasterly 6 to 9 knots, and that would bring us all the way east along the coast, which is very scenic and difficult. A lot of tacking and a lot of jibing. That would be the ideal one. And then you have two legs, upwind for 14 miles and back 14 miles, and then a short reach to the finish. That would be our ideal one, and would be nice to do. If that doesn't happen, so the wind veers and goes further to the east-southeast, then we have a problem. Would be two reaches. And then all the scenic thing doesn't help, of course. Then we will try to do a series of short legs between the little islands that we have south of Ibiza. And that would be zigzagging a bit on legs that are 2 to 4 miles long.
So we've seen a lot of activity in terms of sail design development specifically just for this race. What are we expecting there? What do you think will make a difference today?
Well, if we have the long one along the coast, how to come out of the tacks clean, and how to navigate the shore, and the wind variations along the shore will be for the tacticians will be straining. It's easy when you're in the first place, unless you dump yourself in a hole and see all the others pass. Then, but to sail in clean air and get your tacks, the choice of your tacks not dominated by other boats, that would be very helpful.
In terms of the sail design that we've seen, what are we expecting? What might we see?
You see that they're playing with the sail design every night. They're trying to get fuller and fuller on the jibs, to be able to accelerate a bit better.
And the A3s?
The A3s, we've now permitted to carry an A3 of no restriction on material anymore, and straight away they go to carbon fiber. Which makes possible to fly those sails at closer wind angles, and that will be interesting to see what they have come up with. Nobody has raced with those sails against each other, so they all have no clue what's going to happen when they're hoisted.
But you know?
No. The only thing I know that we have permitted to build this sail as an extra sail if you put a logo of the 52 Super Series in it, and I think there are 4 or 5 of those sails around, and I would love to see them today, all 5 reaching next to each other, and get a few good photos. That's my interest, and I hope they will enjoy the race.
Well, I hope so too. Thanks very much, Rob.
Cheers.